In this video, I'll be breaking down my favorite client acquisition strategy to sign service-based businesses in the US who pay me thousands of dollars each and every single month to deliver a simple meta ads lead generation service. Now, in the past year, I've ran and helped run 20 different campaigns that have generated more than 150 clients who are service-based US businesses. And this strategy is not really very hard to start and succeed in. I've seen people started from absolute scratch, from zero, and they started making money in as little as 3 weeks for implementing everything. And I understand if you're running an agency, you're still not sure whether you should go the cold calling route, the cold SMS route, and while each one of these strategies has its own pros and cons, but in my opinion, Facebook meta ads and running meta ads to business owners is my favorite and, in my opinion, best way to acquire customers consistently and the best way to scale your agency in 2026. And I'm making this video to help you understand why that is. And of course, if you don't want to miss out on my free weekly content, make sure that you hit the subscribe button, turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on anything that I post. Okay, so the first reason why I think that you should run ads for Meta and why it works for us so well is simply because ads bring you customers that are ready to buy now. So whenever a customer sees an ad of you, right, they see it online, you're basically talking to them, you're targeting their pain point, you're addressing to them the solution that they need in their business. And of course, your offer has to be dialed in. But the thing is, they have an intent to buy and it makes them curious. They want to buy. They want to see what you have going on. And the difference is that whenever you're doing cold outreach, like cold calling or cold SMS, these people don't have such a high intent because you are the one going to them. They are not the ones going to you. Now, granted, you might basically reach out to somebody who also has a problem, but the likelihood of you getting on a call with that person and them being as hot and as interested as somebody who came to you from an ad, obviously it's night and day. The difference is night and day. So it brings you customers who are more ready to buy. And from my experience, the closing rate from cold calling is between 15 to 20%, when you're actually doing a good job at closing. And the difference is that whenever you're running a campaign, the close rate is between 30 to 40% when you're running ads. Of course, granted that you have a good sales process, you're able to close, you're calling leads on time, etc. And the other thing is that closing is, of course, much easier. We just discussed that. But the other thing is that you can charge much more money because people who respond to an ad where you address their specific pain points, they have a pain. They have something they need to fix right now. You shouldn't complicate too much this entire process, and there's no really secret. It's literally supply and demand. People that have a problem, you're able to target them in a more specific way, to target them with a better message as opposed to cold calling them or sending them cold emails or cold SMS or cold DMs, right? It's much more precise. Therefore, the people that come to you whenever you get on a call with them, you're basically able to charge them much more money because they have a problem they need to fix right now. And the other thing, and this is one of my favorite things, is that it is low competition. Because if you think about like all of the different companies, contractors, I'm pretty sure right now, like if you're running a lead generation agency, you've spoken to a few contractors, maybe you've done a bit of cold calling, cold DMs, cold SMS, maybe even tried running ads as well. But the thing is that you'll understand how much competition there is in terms of people who do cold calling, cold SMS, people just keep calling the offices, etc. Because that's kind of a low leverage, a low risk thing. People love low risk. But in my opinion, the way that I view it is you will make more money in the long run by going the route that is more rewarding and it is much riskier because people don't want to spend money on ads, right? And of course, the campaigns, in order for you to be profitable, you need to be running at least between $30 to $50 per day to start out. And our cost per acquisition is around $300 to $400, which means every time we spend $300 to $400, we're able to sign one customer. And that customer is in the thousands. Like on minimum, it's $1,400, maximum it's between $3,000 all the way to $6,000. So you have to have the confidence and you have to think it as a business because anybody who wants to start a business, right, they probably need to invest a lot of money to get the rent, to pay employees, to get the materials, etc. And they're probably not even making enough profit as somebody who is taking all of that money and dumping it into ads and delivering a service, which is why our business model and our niche is very good. But the truth is everybody wants the easy way out. Everybody wants those free methods to acquire customers. And it's cool in the beginning. You can do it. I've done it as well in the beginning, but if you really want to consider yourself a serious business owner and you want to consider yourself like running an actual business that you can scale, you have to transition into ads. Now, before I continue, if you want my help to implement an ad system that allowed me and some of my clients that I work with close between $8,000 all the way to $17,000 within the first 30 days of launching ads and signing clients, then hit the first link in the description. And by the way, we guarantee that you will sign at least 10 clients within 180 days or you don't pay nothing at all. It's not a marketing thing, it is a guarantee, because I've done it, other people that I know have done it, and it is something that is very, very doable. But again, I work with very, very few people because I literally don't have time. So if you're serious and you're looking to make a change, click the first link in the description. We can talk and see if you qualify. Back to the video. So the way that we do it is very, very simple. We select an offer, we select a niche. So we basically select an offer that is very, very tied to what the customer needs. So since we work with a lot of contractors, one of our favorite offers is selling appointment packages. So for example, instead of telling somebody, hey, I'm just going to run Facebook ads for you and get you a bunch of leads. No. Actually, I'm going to sell you 30 homeowner appointments. So, and this is why it's very, very important that you sell to businesses that have a high customer price value. So you don't want to sell things like car washes or gutter cleaning or whatnot. You need to sell services whereby even one customer can basically pay your client thousands of dollars. So if you get him 30 appointments and he converts only 6 or 7, you're banking for him 100 grand, 200 grand in potential revenue, which makes your fees and the money that they're spending on ads very, very low. So this is exactly how you have to select a niche. You select a niche based on somebody who does services. Again, just a few ideas. For example, flooring, roofing, siding, concrete, pavement, fencing, tree cutting. Those are all amazing niches that we've worked with and we've made money from. And the other thing as to why, in my opinion, you should really try to run ads is because of how easily scalable it is. It is incredibly easy to scale. Let's say, for example, that you're the one doing cold calling, correct? And then maybe you're doing 3 to 4 hours a day. But then is that like, as soon as you sign 5 clients, right, 6 clients, now you don't have time. Now you have to hire people. Now you can't even cold call properly because you yourself are lining up a bunch of different meetings. So you can't really scale it. And that money that you're going to take to hire a cold caller on a salary, etc., just put that money into ads. So this is why I think that it is much, much easier to scale, because if you have a good offer and you're able to consistently create good ad creatives every single week, then you can just increase the budget and now get double or triple or quadruple the amount of leads. I know people in the industry personally that are spending $2,000 per day. Yes, $2,000 per day on ads, and they're signing like 100 clients per month. Like, it's very, 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 very scalable, and it is amazing to start making real money as a business. But again, this is only from the top of the funnel. You still need to consider things like delivering good service, making sure that you can upsell people who need other specific services, making sure that you have other offers to downsell them. Let's say, for example, they think, oh, your offer is too expensive. You can have other offers. So it's basically a complete, you need to think like a marketer, right? But the most important thing, which is getting clients through the door and signing clients and collecting payments, is done through ads. Now, I don't want to sit here and tell you that it's all going to be rainbows and butterflies, because no actual and systematic and scalable system that makes money is easy and straightforward. I know it might seem like it is because I'm only mentioning like the good parts, but the truth is it takes a time to get used to it, to figure out like what type of ads work, to figure out how to test, etc. And I have a lot of videos on my YouTube that explain this exact process of how to run meta ads to get you as service-based businesses. But ultimately, once you crack that system, once you get the groove of things, and again, it's not very complicated. I'm just saying that it's not going to be like a walk in the park, because if it was, everybody would do it, and you know very, very well that not everybody is doing it. But in terms of making money fast and scaling your agency, this is, in my opinion, from what I've tried, and I've tried a bunch of different methods to try and sign clients, this is by far the absolute best. And it's very important that you have the mindset of not being afraid to lose, because a lot of people, what they'll do, what I've noticed whenever you bring up the conversation of having ads, they'll be so scared to lose $1,000 or $2,000 that they're ignoring the fact that by them not taking any sort of action, they are missing out on a much larger sum of money. And I guess that comes down to how people think. People are always afraid to lose the little money they have. Then they are afraid to miss out on the bigger amounts of money that they could be making that they are not, like psychologically speaking. But You need to change your mindset if you really want to scale and if you really want to go from making maybe 4K to 5K per month, signing a few clients here and there, to actually having a business and saying, I'm running a business. I'm not just a freelancer online that sells services. So you can finally break free from that thing, from that constant cycle of just not knowing where your next dollar is going to be and everything. And trust me, like, I know that feeling very well, and I've been through that as well. I think everybody who has made some money online knows that feeling, and they've been through that. And I think that this is why I believe that ads is a solution to this problem, because you can literally, if you know your metrics, you know your numbers, you can start getting, for example, 50 to 60 leads per month. You can start booking 20, 25 sales calls per month, closing 6 to 9 clients per month. Each of them can pay you anywhere between $2,000 to $5,000. Then now you can double the budget once you have proof of concept. Now you can spend double the amount of money, like $3,000 a month, and make 15 grand, 20 grand, and that's very, very possible. That's how the numbers are. But again, people don't have, that type of mindset. And if you're actually able to commit to it and start doing it, then by all means, you will be able to make money. Now, again, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the post notifications. Now, you can take some of these concepts and try to implement them. Maybe you can watch a few videos from my channel, try to, do it together, and you absolutely can, right? But if you want my help, I coach people how to set up this exact system that has allowed me to sign all of these clients consistently. Then click the first link in the description. I'm not saying this as a marketing thing, but I don't work with a lot of people because I genuinely don't have a lot of time. So if you're interested and you're serious, then there's an application form below. Fill it out, and potentially we can, work together if that sounds good. Okay. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.